Good day, prospective students. Good day, grade 12s. I am Bongiwe Mdingi from the Center for Student Recruitment, and I'm going to take you on a journey to becoming a Mati. If you've never been to Stellenbosch, maybe some of you have never been to Stellenbosch before. So the video that I'm going to play is going to show you what is waiting for you in grade 13, which is next year.
Who we become depends on the choices we make. And what we choose is influenced by what we think, what we learn, what we dream. Who we become is shaped by what we stand for. Because when we uphold others' dignity, appreciate diversity and work for equality, we are our best selves. Who we become is inspired by the people around us. Our mentors, our teachers, our family, our colleagues, our friends. Who we become and what we achieve is the sum of all the opportunities we embrace, all the roads we travel. Discover Stellenbosch University, where who you become will transcend even your own expectations. Where we stand together, where we move forward together.
After this video, I'm sure you'll agree with me that Stellenbosch is the place to be. So now let us see, what does Stellenbosch University offer? So at Stellenbosch University, currently we have around 32,500 registered students. Out of these students, 3,700 of these students are international students, and they come from 104 countries. And just by looking at this, you will see that Stellenbosch is a melting pot of cultures. So Stellenbosch University, we have 10 faculties. I hope you all know what is a faculty, right? So we've got 10 faculties, we've got 5 campuses, and we've got about 74 undergraduate programs. So depending on the program that you are registered for, that will determine the faculty or the campus where you'll be placed. So it is possible that you and your friend, you come to Stellenbosch next year, but you are not in the same campus. Maybe your friend is doing physiotherapy, and that is in Tygerberg campus. You might be doing a BCom, which is in the main campus. So now, let us talk briefly about the 10 faculties. So the 10 faculties, let's start with students who are taking Maths Lit. So some of you are taking pure maths and some are taking Maths Lit. So if you are taking Maths Lit, there are 4 faculties at Stellenbosch University that will accept you. So let me name the faculties. I hope I don't forget any faculty, okay? Let me just name all the faculties. So the first faculty is Medicine and Health Sciences. And we know in Medicine and Health Sciences, you need physics, you need life science, and then you need pure maths. And that faculty is in Tygerberg campus. Then in the main campus, we have the Faculty of Education. We've got Law Faculty, we've got Arts and Social Sciences, we've got Faculty of Engineering, we've got the Science Faculty, we've got Agri-Sciences, we've got Economic and Management Sciences. We have the Faculty of Theology, and we also have Military Science, which is in Saldanha Bay. So the 5 campuses, as I mentioned, we've got our Tygerberg campus for Medicine and Health Sciences. Then we've got Saldanha Bay for Military Science. We've got a campus in Worcester for nursing. We also have a campus in Bellville for business school. Then the rest of the faculties are based in the main campus. So if you are taking Maths Lit, there are 4 faculties at Stellenbosch University that will accept you if you are taking Maths Lit. And those faculties are Arts and Social Sciences, Faculty of Education, Law Faculty, and Theology. But please note that there are exceptions. For example, even though with Medicine and Health Sciences, even though you need physics, life science, and pure maths, there are exceptions like in nursing. You can do nursing with Maths Lit. And also in the Faculty of Economic and Management, Economic and Management Sciences, we have a diploma there in sustainable development that you can also do with Mathlit. So there are exceptions, all right? And then one thing I need to mention with Stellenbosch University, if you want to come to Stellenbosch University, most of our students on campus, they are 70%ers. So with 70%, make sure you have at least, let's say, around 3 distinctions, 2 code 6s and 2 code 5s. That will give you a 70% aggregate. And then if you want to come to Stellenbosch, again, when you do the application and all of that, make sure that please don't apply for 3 programs in the same faculty. So when you apply, you're going to choose 3 options. So make sure you don't choose all 3 options in the same faculty. So I'm going to give you an example there. For example, if you want to do, let's say you want to do engineering. Anybody wants to do engineering? If you want to do engineering, for example, so please don't list 3, don't choose 3 programs in engineering. Because for engineering, the minimum that you need is 70%. So what happens now when you don't get to 70%? What if you apply with grade 11, you have your 70%, and then in the final, maybe you don't have 70%, your marks, they drop in the final, all right? So please make sure you don't apply in the same faculty. So if you are interested in engineering, you can choose maybe 2 programs in engineering, and then as your third option, we have a BSc in forestry in the Faculty of Agriculture, in agri-sciences. So you can apply for BSc in forestry, wood and wood products. So why am I mentioning this program? I'm mentioning this program because forestry students and engineering students, they do the same modules in the first year. So you can do your first year in forestry, and then in your second year, you switch over to engineering. So that is just one of the ways of getting in. So please don't apply for 3 programs in the same faculty. And while we're talking about the 3 programs, again, it happened last year. I'm reminded of last year. What happened last year? That was 2023. So we had a student who applied, a top student, we're talking top student here, who had 7 distinctions, a full house, 7 distinctions. So this student, she applied for actuarial science, she applied for BCom in international business. And then in the final exams, she got provisionally accepted, and then something happened in the final. I don't know, maybe load shedding. We don't know what happened, what affected her performance. So her marks dropped from 80%, like in maths. She had 80% when she applied in grade 11, but in the final exams, she dropped from 80% to 54%. And unfortunately, the faculty did not accept her. So please don't put all your eggs in one basket. So now, why do students come to Stellenbosch University? So the main reason why students come to Stellenbosch University is because of academic excellence. You need to ask yourself that question. If you are considering Stellenbosch University, why? Why do you want to come to Stellenbosch University? So we also have reason. I'm also going to share some reasons why some of the students don't come to Stellenbosch University. One of the reasons why students don't come to Stellenbosch, so this is how it works. Students, they apply. So once you are registered, yes, we do ask the students. We have a survey that we do. So they mention that academic excellence is the main reason why they are choosing Stellenbosch. Then we also ask those students who went through the application process, but in the end decided not to enroll at Stellenbosch. So we also ask them why they did not come to Stellenbosch University. So I'm not going to mention all the reasons. Maybe I'm going to mention about 3 of their reasons why they chose not to come to Stellenbosch University. One of the reasons was Stellenbosch is too far. Obviously, this depends on which province you are based, all right? So for some of them, it's too far. It's the distance. Then the other reason why students choose not to come to Stellenbosch is because Stellenbosch is expensive. So finances can also be a stumbling block for students who want to pursue their tertiary studies at Stellenbosch University. Then the other reason why students choose not to register at Stellenbosch University is because of the language, the Afrikaans. So the students, they think that if they come to Stellenbosch University, they will be taught in Afrikaans. So that is another reason why they don't want to come to Stellenbosch University. And I have to mention that, please, nobody will be excluded. Nobody will be excluded at Stellenbosch University because of language. Stellenbosch is not an Afrikaans institution. Stellenbosch is not an English institution. Stellenbosch is not a Xhosa institution. So we accommodate everybody. Stellenbosch is a melting pot of cultures. You will not be excluded at Stellenbosch University because of Afrikaans. So you do get different groups. So during orientation, you can decide whether you want to join the Afrikaans class or the English class. All right? So I hope I've got that, all right? Please, Afrikaans should not be the reason why you don't come to Stellenbosch University. Then I also need to mention that in terms of rankings, when I spoke about academic excellence, our Faculty of Agriculture is ranked #1 in the African continent. And Stellenbosch University is the only institution that offers a BSc in oenology and viticulture. So what that means is, if you want to turn water into wine, you come to Stellenbosch University. So now, when can you visit our campus? So our open day is on the 20th of April. Got that? 20th April is our open day. But if you cannot come to campus on the 20th of April, we have open day online. You can watch the videos, all the recordings, from the 6th of April until end of July. So please make time, all right? Make time to come to campus. If you can't, you can watch it online. And also, while talking about visiting campus, if you can't come on the 20th, and also if you want to come, but you can't make it on the 20th, you can book what we call an advisory session. So with advisory session, you can come for a campus tour, you can visit a faculty, you can visit a department, all right? You can get that classroom experience. So please make a way. You have to come to, I hope you come to the university before you register next year. So now, when do applications open? Our applications are opening on the 1st of April, and we're closing end of July, all right? So when you apply for the program, you also apply for residence. So now I'm just gonna spend a few minutes on this one. So we said 1st of April, the applications are closing, and I need to mention that it is not first come, first serve. I know that there are parents, prospective parents and students who are excited about coming to Stellenbosch University. Some are going to wait, for midnight to submit that application, So what I want to mention here is, please, you can be the first person to submit that application. We are excited, that's impressive if you are the first one to submit, but that does not mean you are going to get in. You can be the first one to submit and not get in. So it's not first come, first serve, it's all about the marks. It's all about those grade 11 results. So when you apply for the program, you also apply for residence. So when you apply for res, you have 3 options. You need to decide, choose which 3 options, which 3 residencies, where would you like to be placed, which 3 residences, all right? Then also, okay, while talking about the applications, I'll tell you more on the next slide about the applications. So how do you apply? So you apply online at www.matis.com. That is where you submit your application. And then the minimum requirements and selection requirements. So when you apply at Stellenbosch University, please remember that even if you meet the minimum requirements, selection is not guaranteed. So we've got minimum requirements. We also have selection criteria. So if I have to mention, for example, last year, we received around 88,000 applications, and we could only accommodate 6,000 first years. So it is possible that we've got a lot of students who meet the minimum requirements, but they are not selected. So please remember, meeting the minimum requirements does not guarantee selection, all right? And then again, Stellenbosch University, you apply with your grade 11 results. You are provisionally accepted based on grade 11, and the final acceptance is based on grade 12, on your grade 12 performance. So Stellenbosch, we don't take, so maybe, I get this question a lot, because some of the students or some of the learners, maybe the grade 11 performance or the grade 11 results, that grade 11 report, maybe your report is crying, if I may put it that way. So what happens if I want to come to Stellenbosch University, but I did not do well last year? My grade 11 report is crying. So even if you didn't do well last year, yes, we still encourage students to submit the applications because the final acceptance is based on grade 12. But please note that we do not use your June results when you're in grade 12. We don't look at June results. We only look at grade 11 final and grade 12 for the final acceptance. And then please note that Stellenbosch University, we don't use the national benchmark tests, except for students who are interested in law. So if you want to join the law faculty, please write the national benchmark test. And also, I think everyone should write the NBTs because you're not only going to apply at Stellenbosch, right? So please write the NBTs. But note that at Stellenbosch, only the law faculty uses the national benchmark test. And also with the NBT, 20% of NBT, okay, let's say the final mark, NBT weighs 20% of the final mark. The other 80% is your report, it's academics, all right? So please write the NBT and note that you get 2 opportunities to write. So if you write the first time and then you are not happy with your marks, so you've got get a second opportunity, okay? And then the university will take the highest mark. And then the NBT, you don't have to send us your NBT results. So we'll get your results directly from University of Cape Town, UCT. And also, with NBT, you only write once. So you don't write NBTs for Stellenbosch and NBT, another test for another institution. So you only write one test, all right? Now we go over to the next slide. Okay, so we spoke about the 3 programs. So you have to apply for 3 options. Decide what is your first choice, what is your second option, and what is your third option. And then when you choosing these options, sometimes it happens that you qualify for all 3 options. So if you qualify for all 3 options, you will get 3 offers. So whatever offer you get first, please accept it. So we see a lot of students losing their spaces at the university because their offers expired, all right? So it happens that, let's say you apply for your first choice, you've got your second option, you've got your third option, but maybe your third option responds or you get an offer from your third option before your preferred choice. So if that happens, please accept that third option, accept that offer. And then when you get an answer from your preferred choice, you can always cancel. So students or prospective students, they don't know that they can always cancel, all right? So please, whatever offer you get first, please accept it. And now we come to accommodation. So with accommodation, as I mentioned earlier, when you apply for the program, you also apply for accommodation. And if you are a first year, in most of our residences, if you are a first year student, you are going to get a roommate. And then sometimes the students around September, Once they have been provisionally accepted, they got a space in res, they've been placed in res, they like asking us, is it possible to know who my roommate is going to be? The answer is no. So we don't tell you in advance. That is a nice surprise waiting for you in January. So we're not going to tell you in advance who your roommate is going to be. And chances are you're not going to share a room with your friend, you're not going to share a room with your sister, all right? So when you come to campus in January, you will see at the door, who your roommate will be, all right? And that's going to be your friend for life. It's possible, all right? So again, when it comes to res, make sure you apply for 3 residences. And then I want to mention that majority of our students, they stay in private accommodation. So unfortunately, we cannot accommodate everybody in res. We can't accommodate everybody. So most of our students, they stay in private accommodation. Now we come to finances, all right? So now if you are a top student, in the country, you're in the top 15, all right? We have 100,000 rands waiting for you. Can you imagine? 100,000 rands waiting for you if you apply to Stellenbosch University. I mentioned that we accepted around 6,000 students. If out of the 6,000, you are in the top 15 of that 6,000, all right? So you can get 100,000 rands. Just from us being nice, saying, well done, we are so proud of you, all those sleepless nights or early mornings and late nights, they've paid off. Here's 100,000. But this 100,000 rands is not going to go to your bank account. This 100,000 rands is going to pay your fees, all right? Then if you come from a quintile 1 to 4 school, and then again, you're in the top 20, right? You are going to get again 75,000 rands, all right? But this is only for students from quintile 1 to 4. So you get an additional 75,000 rands. Then we also have Excel Award. So the Excel Award is for those learners, if you're a top student in your faculty. If, for example, but this is now the faculty, this is not the program. So if, let's say, engineering faculty, maybe we've got 1,200 first years, and you're in the top 5%, then you have 25,000 rands waiting for you. Then the last award that I'm going to touch on is the Access Award. So the Access Award is also only for students from quintile 1 to 4 schools, okay? So if your aggregate starts from 85%, so between 80 and 85, so you've got 5,000 rands waiting for you. So if you've got between 85 and 90, above 85 but below 90, 7,500 coming your way. And those students, those top achievers who score above 90%, I don't know how you do that, all right? So if your aggregate is above 90%, there is 10,000 rands waiting for you. But again, please note that this is for students from quintile 1 to 4 schools. Okay, please note that, please apply for NSFAS. Please apply for NSFAS. If your household income is below 350,000, you can apply for NSFAS. And then I need to mention that if you are applying for NSFAS, if you are using NSFAS, please apply for another bursary, all right? You must have a second bursary to cover all your fees, because NSFAS might not be enough to cover all your costs at Stellenbosch University. And then if you are interested, if you want a sports bursary, you have to contact Matisport direct. There's the number 021-808-4642. That's the number for Matisport, for those students who might be interested in sports bursaries. All right, when we come to sport, I'm just going to mention one thing here. Please remember, you are first a student before you are an athlete. So University is more than just the degree. It's more than the qualification that you get after 3 years or 4 years, all right? You need to find balance, all right? Please find balance. But remember, when you apply, and also when you're at university in general, you are first a student before you are an athlete. Why am I saying that? Sometimes you get students, especially in high school, who are doing exceptionally well in sport, who've got all the colors that you can think of. We've got provincial colors, we've got all the medals. But sometimes their marks are, sometimes, right? I said sometimes, the marks are crying. So you've got the provincial colors, but you're not doing well in class. So if that is the case, unfortunately, you will not be able to join Stellenbosch University because you are first a student before you are an athlete. So you need to qualify for the program, all right? You need to qualify for the program. And also, when you are at university, we encourage you, all right, to play sport. Show us what you've got. Because there are a lot of lessons that you learn from sport that you don't learn in class. So please get involved. And now we come to counseling, all right? So sometimes it happens that you come to university, you pass with flying colors, and then you get to university, and then maybe you write that first test, and already maybe get a 20, you fail. It happens that maybe you fail for the very first time in your academic career. You get those students who have never failed since grade R. They've never failed a test. And then they come to university with flying colors, and then maybe they fail for the very first time when they get to grade 13 at university. And then sometimes they don't know how to deal with that. They don't know how to handle that, all right? So they struggle. They don't know how to bounce back because university is all about bouncing back. So if you are a top student, or anybody, this is not just for top students, it's just for anybody who comes to Stellenbosch and maybe things don't go your way. You write that first test, you get 20%, for example. I hope it doesn't happen to you. Write the second test, you get 40%. Imagine. Again, when you write that third test, there's 30% waiting for you. So sometimes when that happens, students, they feel overwhelmed. They feel like they can't do this anymore. They feel they want to pack and go. We see a lot of students who are maybe terminating their studies after the first term, because they are just not coping. So if you feel down and under, if you need assistance, if you feel like you can't do this anymore, so please reach out. There's a lot of support at university, but the support doesn't come to you. You have to reach out. Remember, when you're at university, everybody sitting in that lecture hall, everybody sitting in that class, everybody qualified to be there, all right? The person sitting next to you is cleverer than you, and the next one is cleverer, all right? So, and the third one, things are just getting worse. The third one is cleverer. That's how it goes, all right? So please, don't feel, you are not alone. You are not alone. Please reach out. Then again, security, safety on campus. How safe is the campus, right? So please note that at Stellenbosch University, the main campus routes are monitored like 24 hours, 24/7. They are being monitored. And then there's a security officer that is always on duty that can always escort you at night, all right, between buildings. So please make use of this. Take note, all right? Don't be vigilant at all times. Be vigilant at all times. Then again, at Stellenbosch, even though you come for a degree, but I promise you are going to leave with an education. So if you want to come for an advisory session, if you want to come for career advice, advisory session, psychometric assessment, please contact us. There's a number, 021-808-4709. Email address, csr@san.ac.za. And this is now my email address. So if you want to journey with me, if you want to contact me, there's my email address. Bongiwe m@san.ac.za. I'm looking forward to journeying with you all the way to registration. Let us go forward together. Sam Forentu, Masiye Pambili. Thank you.